Glad to have you with us from Orlando, Florida, one of the great vacation destinations in the entire land. Today, Camping World Stadium as a couple of teams square off for a chance to win the Pop-Tart Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. David, given the fact that you are a devoted helmet head, I'm not sure that you're aware there are a lot of other festivities around the bowl game. Did you ever experience any of that?
Of course I'm a helmet head. Yeah, spot on. Agree with that. But here's the thing. We did a meat-eating contest at the Outback Bowl my senior year. Which squad could eat more steak from Outback? It was absolutely amazing. So I experienced that in all of its glory.
Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you
hit the afterburners, kid. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They march 72 yards. And they close the deal with a 39-yard run to the house. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First down here for the offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down.
That's a nice-looking run, man, and what a legacy here when you think about Edgerrin James and Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Clinton Portis, game breakers at the running back position. This guy, he seems like he's destined to play on Sunday.
He'll come out throwing on first down. He's going for the big play. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys maybe that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up. You get the extra practices mentally and from a confidence standpoint.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Yeah, and the defensive line, you know, third and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on third down.
Now on the return. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown there?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly.
The punt was just an illusion. They snapped it to the up end. Strikes the blow. And the gamble works in their favor this time as they pick up the first down.
That's the end of the first quarter. Kansas State 7, Miami 0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Quarterback on the keeper. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Well, guys, bowl season is here. Always fun to get these non-traditional matchups that you don't see regularly. What do you guys remember about playing in a bowl?
I think you remember all the moments throughout the season and throughout your career, and it's the last time that you ever get these group of individuals together. You say goodbye to so many people, and it's kind of bittersweet, but always fun, Jesse, to dance with your boys one last time. But another thing, too, I love the swag bags, personally. I love getting the gifts.
Yeah, I mean, to me, David, really, it was thinking about the tradition and history of these bowl games. I think that's one of the best things about college football. We're in an era today where bowl games don't matter as much as they did back when you and I played, but it was special to take the field with your guys one more time, but playing in games that had so much history.
K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. You ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. No fair catches here, looking for room. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line.
Will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Trying to get to it. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And come on now, O-line, you got to take care of your quarterback. He takes care of you. He's the one who takes you to meals. He's the one that gets you those NIL deals. Everything happens through your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. That is your #1 priority.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. He wants to go deep. He's got it on the left. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Leaves it with the back. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8. And the Hurricanes moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that pass picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply wouldn't.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. At midfield, he's got room. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
Looking for a man. It's Saunders. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Trying to burn this defensive back. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Got room on the return. Still on his feet. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
3rd and Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that 1st down, makes the big mistake.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile?
Did you say Brian Breaker with him now?
He found the football and
that's pretty
fell down
nasty.
with some bad intentions.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's going for it all. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a 1st down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
The Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
This offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the 1st half. Defense trying to hold on to the lead. Trying to barge their way in. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Try not to let it happen.
Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal.
And he did the quarterback to me like I knew.
Somebody even say sneaky. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right.
16 seconds to score.
They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. Motion from the offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires to the right. And that pass intercepted. Bringing it back.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. One more play before the teams head to the locker room.
Still work prevent.
Now on the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kansas State will kick off as we get things started here in the 3rd quarter. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. And they got it done in the first half, but the job now, follow up, close the deal, and bring home a bowl victory.
Finish. You hear teams say it all the time. That applies to them right now, David, here in the second half. It's a lot of really good things. In that first half, you need some more big plays here to get this double.
And you've seen it with bowl game. Big swings, man. When the rust comes off after that first half and people get in the rhythm, you've seen big comebacks. So I know they're winning, but keep your foot on the gas. This first possession is crucial.
They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
The give. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
This is so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
He's looking to throw. Finds his big
Come
tight
on,
end.
bro.
Can anyone catch him? The 10. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Hurricane. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away.
Kansas State 7.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close now.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Getting some heat. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. He makes the connection. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Release to the back.
Oh, my God.
And now it's picked off. He'll try to take it back at the 20.
Yep.
And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Miami. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he did the pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field.
Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points.
Oh, my God.
They couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. He is smashing people. He goes. And he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet sticker. That now his second interception of the game. He has just been lights out here today.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On second down, looking again to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Robinson. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
In the gun end, looking to throw on third down. Grab near the marker. It's Robinson. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long, putting them in a great position to be successful.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on second and 14. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And oftentimes running backs love drop plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second, so the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs.
Touchdown, Cage!
Oh, my God.
And the beatdown has ensued. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Kansas City, 7.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Miami 31, Kansas State 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Shoots it to the left. And the senior would love to have that one back. Just a little too much on the pass.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated.
Going for the big play. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Wildcats. My philosophy on going for two is only when you have to. Trying to bully their way in. He gets into the end zone for the two-point conversion. It's a two-possession game, so there's still a chance. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
Well, big-time playmakers make big plays in big games. That guy needed to make that interception at this critical juncture of the game. There's still time for them to go out and win it. Could that be the play that sparks this team?
To the air, it's Barnett. Going for the big play. Ball
And I threw it right back.
Intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because...
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
They'll run the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Coming after it. And they got him for the sack. The Hurricanes line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up. Well, you saw that broken tackle, David. This defense has to do a real good job with gang tackling to stop this guy today.
You cannot assume one guy's going to get him to the ground. Everybody's got to swarm to the football, all eyes on him, and play physically.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Oh, he wants it all. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. This Kansas State offense is moving quickly down the field. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the 4th quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. So that touchdown was big, but just as big, this 2-point conversion attempt to try to get it to a 1-possession game.
Ain't that about a bitch?
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. And in that scramble,
It didn't go 10 feet, 10 yards, so they say.
Kick and take possession right back. First down for this offense. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Oh, look out. The ball's free. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
And this is one of those where you go, oof. You start to breathe a little deeper on the sidelines. You felt really, really comfortable having the big lead, plus 2 possessions in the 4th quarter. But now you gave the ball back. You put yourself in a position where you're going to have to earn it a little bit more now.
Feeling some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
He looked covered to me.
This offense is desperate to make something.
My quarterback don't have no fucking arm.
After not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Fires left. It's complete. Oh, look out, there he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
A shot toward the end zone, and he intercepts it. Trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
On the run, it's Willis. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now on second down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? Wide receiver shows motion. It's a draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
If you're the defense, you know that running back is the guy you've now got to stop. He's had a lot of touches in this game. Yes, he's made a lot of plays, but you've got a chance to win here. If you're going to do that, you need to take him away.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He only needs a sliver of daylight.
How did that tackle work?
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Looking to throw, it's Barnett. A deep
That's
throw
double
as the
covered. Yeah,
clock
that's a pick.
winds down. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one, he uncorks one deep. He's got it. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And the extra point is good. Just over 30 seconds to play. They'll line up for the onside kick, and they've got to get it to have a shot. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job
Oh,
done.
my God.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
They bring him down, and he's going to
He
lose
about
a
to take a
yard
knee.
on that one.
And it's exactly what I want.
Oh, he's not.
Offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
He's tested it. He's still trying to throw.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Quarterback will audible. On third down, going up top. On a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab. It's Dobbs. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. After not really playing their